Welcome to the Village of Bartlett Board meeting for October 15th, 13. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Ahrens?
Here.
Kammerer?
Here.
Carbonaro?
Here.
Martin?
Here.
Ranke?
Here.
Shipman?
Here.
President Wallace?
Here. Would you please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? And this evening we have a scout in the audience by the name of Tom Arns working on his citizenship and community. Tom, would you please step up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Tom. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. All items listed with an asterisk are considered to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless the board member so requests, in which event the item will be removed from the general order of business and considered an appropriate point in the agenda. Is there anything anybody would like to have included in the consent agenda at this time? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved. Second.
Moved by Trustee Ahrens, seconded by Trustee Martin. Clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Ahrens?
Yes.
Kammerer?
Yes.
Carbonaro?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Ranke?
Yes.
Shipman?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item on the agenda falls under the Treasurer's report.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Starting out with the municipal sales tax report, calendar year-to-date revenue, $1,362,460.55. It represents a $23,738.18 decrease, or 1.71% from the same time period last year. Moving on to the motor fuel tax allotment report, calendar year-to-date revenue, $737,466.47. It represents a $9,619.36 decrease, or 1.29% from the same time period last year. Motor fuel tax fund currently has an unobligated balance of $2,449,267.29.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the President's report. I'm going to move number 6 to number 1 here, which is the O'Hare Pub and Restaurant Class F liquor license. I'll give you a quick rundown on that, and then we'll go through the proclamations. We have a liquor license application, Class F license. I believe this is existing Sheep and Fiddle. New business owner is applying for a new license. The license of Sheep and Fiddle will be surrendered. The appropriate surety bond and certificate of insurance has been submitted by the applicant. They've been reviewed and approved by the village attorney. And if there's no debate, I intend on issuing this license. So we will move on to items 1 through 5, which are proclamations. First item under the first active item is the 2013 Passport to Adventure, which we've already celebrated some cake. And I believe that the director of Bartlett's Museums, I'll introduce Pam Roleader to come up and read information about the Passport to Adventure program. During such time, we'll be handing out awards to 3 separate families who have taken it upon themselves to go to, I believe, 60 different locations. Mm-hmm. So, Pam?
Thank you, Mayor. This is always my favorite night to talk before the board and talk before the audience, because it's a night that we really can honor and highlight some of our wonderful Bartlett families who take advantage of this great program. So this past Labor Day brought an end to the 22nd annual Passport to Adventure program, sponsored by member institutions of the Kane DuPage Regional Museum Association. For the past 16 years, Bartlett has participated in this program. When I joined the staff here, I thought it was a great program to become a part of. And this program encourages children and their families to visit local museums, nature centers, science centers, Arts in Bartlett, Nature Center here in Bartlett, beginning on Memorial Day. This year, we had 60 participating sites in the booklet. So this summer, 600 children from Bartlett alone participated in this program, taking them on neighboring journeys from Addison to Winfield and everywhere in between. In talking with parents and grandparents and children throughout the past 16 years, they have all said how much their families have enjoyed this program for many reasons, such as discovering new places within their own community, learning lots of new things, having fun, and it's economically doable. Most of the museums are free or just a nominal charge to get in. I've heard it's the perfect family staycation, and especially the opportunity to be together as a family. From the museum standpoint, this program brings increased visitor numbers throughout our doors, not only from Bartlett, but beyond our boundaries. Overall, this increases awareness of our museums, encourages future visits, provides learning opportunities, and is a fun, safe environment for parents, their adult family members, grandparents, even aunts, right? To come and join them. And it also brings our visitors into our downtown Bartlett area here, which exposes them and encourages them to discover what Bartlett has to offer in the way of dining, shopping, and recreation. Every year, the Village of Bartlett Museum recognizes the top 3 Bartlett families for their accomplishment and dedication to the program. With one exception, each year, our top families have visited all the sites in the book. I was telling the mayor, including the one year when we combined with another museum association and had 112 museums, and that one family did it. This year, the 3 families are the Hennessy's, Hopkins, and Hughes, who visited all 60 sites listed in the passport booklet. And these children will receive the mayor's medallion. So let's meet these wonderful families now. Tonight, not with us is the Hennessy family, but I will fill you in about Aiden. He is a 6-year-old first grader at Chesterbrook Academy, and his parents are Mike and Lisa. Aiden enjoys the outdoors, especially nature centers, such as the Fullersburg Woods. He also loves discovering schoolhouse and historic house museums. And this was the family's second year in the program, and last year they were also recognized for visiting all, I think we had 61 sites last year in the book. And the Hennessys were pleased to learn about and visit all the diverse sites in the passport book, again, from science centers, nature museums, art museums. Next, I'd like to call up the Hopkins family. So Chase, give a big wave to everybody so they know who you are. There's Chase. Chase is 9 years old and a 3rd grader at Horizon School. And you may recognize his dad, Austin. Austin, give him a wave. He serves on our Plan Commission. This is Chase's first year in the program. And the dad-son duo decided they wanted to do something special this summer. And the program provided the perfect quality time spent and the opportunity to do so. They started in Elmhurst and ended 59 museums later. The McCormick House and Cantigny Museum and the DuPage Children's Museum were just a few of Chase's favorites. So I asked Chase this evening, how would you sum up your experience? And he said, it was really fun because you get to go on all these adventures. And I said, are you going to do it next year? And what did you say? Yes. So congratulations, Hopkins. And now I'd like to call up the Yu family. For some of you, the Yu family might look familiar already, and you're noticing how much the kids are getting taller each year. So the Yu family has participated in the Passport program for about 6 years now. and have been recognized in the past with the Mayor's Medallion. In fact, I think this is the third medallion the kids are getting. They're going to start like a mural or a wall border here. So this year, 12-year-old Brittany, raise your hand. There's Brittany. Brittany declared that once again the family would hit the road and do all the museum sites. And Brittany's a student at Eastview. So Mom Peng and Dad Chung, give a wave to everybody. Oh, Mom's in the audience there. So once again, the family retraced the familiar steps. I think they might have it saved in their Garmin or any other device that they use. And as always, the Chings complete the museum sites in rapid time. If anyone wants to know how to do all the museums in one summer, talk to Peng. She's got it down to a science. So we have Brianna, age 9. Raise your hand, Brianna. And Beverly, age 8. 7. I always know her birthday, and I raised her a year. And our students at Bartlett School, and Brian, age 14, raise your hand, is a student at the Academy in Elgin High School. And they also joined Brittany to do the cost of all the sites. So I asked, why are they committed to this program? And Peng replied, she doesn't want her kids just staying home all summer, being hooked with all the electronic devices of the computer and Game Boys and everything else. And she wants to provide them with a fun program and encourage the family to be together, to be outside at nature centers, and to meet up with friends. So Brian enjoyed Cantigny along with sister Brittany, and Brianna and Beverly loved the Peck Farm, because I heard at the Peck Farm a butterfly landed on Beverly and kind of stayed with her for a while during the visit. So in conclusion, the Village of Bartlett Museums congratulates the Hennessy's and the Hopkins and the Hughes on their dedication and participation in the 2013 Passport to Adventure. Great job.
Quite certain I couldn't get my children to do that. Good work. We have a few proclamations to read. And I believe first one we have is Illinois Arts and Humanities Month. Whereas during the month of October, Illinois Arts and Humanities Month activities will be held across the state, bringing people together to engage with arts and humanities such as musical performances, exhibits, lecture series, film screenings, poetry readings, and more. And whereas the arts and humanities are the embodiment of all things beautiful and entertaining in the world, the enduring record of human achievement. And whereas the arts and humanities enhance every aspect of life in the village of Bartlett, improving our economy, enriching our civic life, driving tourism, and exerting a profound positive influence on the education of our children. The arts and humanities play a valuable role in the lives of our families, our communities, and our state. And whereas the village of Bartlett thanks those who are involved in the arts and humanities, especially Arts in Bartlett, for being an integral community partner and resource for special events and community enrichment. Now, therefore, I, Kevin Wallace, President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane Counties, Illinois, do hereby proclaim October as Illinois Arts and Humanities Month and urge all citizens to support Illinois Arts and Humanities. If there is no objections from the board, I will still proclaim. Thank you, Rita. Next item on the agenda is Proclamation of Domestic Violence Awareness Month. Whereas violence against women and children continues to be a more prevalent problem, And whereas the problems of domestic violence are not confined to any group of people but cross all economic, gender, racial, and societal barriers and are supported by societal indifference. And whereas the crime of domestic violence violates an individual's privacy, dignity, security, and humanity through the systematic use of physical, emotional, sexual, psychological, and economic control and/or abuse. And whereas the impact of domestic violence is wide-ranging, directly affecting families and society as a whole. And whereas local education information and resources are available by visiting www.endallabuse.org website, and whereas it is fitting to set aside a special time to bring this issue to the attention of all residents of the Village of Bartlett so they can become better informed and involved in programs to eliminate this epidemic from our society. Now, therefore, I, Kevin Wallace, Village President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane Counties, Illinois, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2013 as Domestic Violence Awareness Month and encourage our residents to join forces with victim service programs, criminal justice officials, and concerned citizens across the country to raise the public awareness of domestic violence issues. If there are no objections from the board, I will so proclaim. Our next proclamation is from the Character Counts. Whereas young people will be the stewards of our communities, nation, and world in critical times, and the present and the future well-being of our society requires an involved, caring citizenry with good character. And whereas concerns about the character training of children have taken on a new sense of urgency as violence by and against youth threatens the physical and psychological well-being of the nation. Whereas more than ever, children need strong and constructive guidance from their families and their communities, including schools, youth organizations, religious institutions, and civic groups. Whereas the character of the nation is only as strong as the character of its individual citizens, and public good benefits. And the public good benefits when young people learn that good character counts in personal relationships, in school, and in the workplace. And whereas the scholars and educators agree that people do not automatically develop good character, and therefore conscientious efforts must be made by youth-influencing institutions and individuals to help young people develop the essential traits and characteristics that comprise good character. And whereas character development is, first and foremost, an obligation of families through efforts by faith communities, schools, and youth, civic and human service organizations also play a very important role in supporting families' efforts by fostering and promoting good character. Whereas the Bartlett Character Counts Coalition promotes the 6 pillars of character of trustworthiness, respect, responsibility, fairness, caring, and citizenship in the community throughout the year, and recognizes individuals that exhibited those qualities as persons of the pillar during Character Counts Week. And whereas the Character Counts Coalition has selected Joyce Davis to honor as Person of the Pillar in 2013 for her efforts in the community. And now, therefore, I, Kevin Wallace, President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane Counties, Illinois, hereby endorse the 6 pillars of character and declare the week commencing the 3rd Sunday in October as Character Counts Week in the Village of Bartlett, and call on the people of the Village of Bartlett and interested groups to embrace these 6 pillars of character and observe this week with appropriate ceremonies and activities. And we have some members of Joyce's family that I would like to have them come up and receive the proclamation, please. I think Jody might be here, Carl, and his wife Arlene, Joyce's son John, and his daughter Krista.
And if I could add something, too, while you're all lining up for a photograph. Those of you who did not know Joyce Davis, I find that alarming. Joyce Davis was the epitome of volunteerism in this community. And God bless you all for giving of your mother and her time to the Bartlett community. Thank you so much.
Final proclamation this evening is Community Foundation Week. Whereas November 12th to the 18th, 2013 is nationally recognized as Community Foundation Week, when citizens across the country celebrate the impact these crucial charitable organizations have on our communities. And whereas there are more than 700 community foundations in the United States and more than 30 in the state of Illinois. And whereas the Village of Bartlett is fortunate to have the DuPage Community Foundation, whose vision is to raise the quality of life throughout DuPage County. And whereas the DuPage County Foundation's mission is to foster philanthropy, connect donors to area needs, and build community relationships. And whereas the DuPage Community Foundation has been a valued partner in our community since 1986, helping people achieve their charitable goals and ensuring that funds are available to benefit causes and organizations addressing the needs of our community today and for generations to come. And whereas the Village of Bartlett thanks the DuPage Community Foundation for being an integral community partner and resource, and recognizes the great things that the Foundation has done on behalf of our community since 1986. And now, therefore, I, Kevin Wallace, President of the Village of Bartlett, Cook, DuPage, and Kane Counties, Illinois, do hereby proclaim November 12th through the 18th, 2013, as the DuPage Community Foundation Week in DuPage County, and urge all citizens to support the Foundation's mission. And if there are no objections from the board, I will so proclaim, and I believe that Stan Starrett is here. And a resident for last conference. Thank you. Thank you for your service to the organization. Thank you so much. Thank you. Moving right along, the next item on the agenda is question and answer for residents and trustees. Are there any questions at this time? Hearing none, we'll move on to the town hall portion of the meeting. This is the part of the meeting where we encourage anybody in the audience that has anything to address to the board, step up to the podium. Please provide your name and address, and please try to keep your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone that would like to address the board at this time? Seeing none, we will move on to standing committee reports. Next item on the agenda are the standing committee reports, and the first standing committee is Planning and Zoning Committee, chaired by Trustee Kammer.
Thank you, President Wallace. There is one item on the Planning and Zoning Committee this evening, and that is the amendment to the Bartlett Liquor Control Ordinance regarding video gaming. This was reviewed at the September 17, 2013 Committee of the Whole meeting. While other ways to further limit or control video gaming were discussed in general terms, it was the consensus of the board to send this ordinance, which requires applicants for a liquor license that provides for the sale and consumption of liquor on premises, to state whether they intend to apply for a video gaming license. As stated by the village attorney, this amendment closes a legal loophole in the current liquor control ordinance regarding video gaming. Therefore, I would move to pass Ordinance 2013-80, an ordinance amending the Title III of the Bartlett Municipal Code to amend Chapter 3, the Bartlett Liquor Control Ordinance, as presented.
Second.
It's moved by Trustee Kammer, seconded by Trustee Martin. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Aaron?
Yes.
Kammerer?
Yes.
Carbonaro?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Ranky?
Yes.
Shipman?
Yes.
Motion carries. Next item on the standing committee reports is under Building Committee. Chairman Martin.
I have no report at this time. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Chairman Martin. Next item on the agenda is under Finance and Golf Committee. Chairman Renke.
Thank you, Mr. President. No report.
Thank you, Chairman Renke. Next item under Agenda 11D for License and Ordinance Committee. Chairman Carbonaro.
Thank you, Mr. President. All items are on the consent agenda.
Thank you, Chairman Carbonaro. Next item on the agenda is 11E, Police and Health Committee. Chairman Shipman.
Nothing to report this month, Your Honor.
Thank you, Chairman Shipman. Next item on the agenda, 11F, is under Public Works Committee. Chairman Aaron's.
No report this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Aaron's. Finally, on number 12, we have a new business. Is there any new business for the good of the order?
I just have something, Mr. President. A few meetings ago, I asked the staff if it was feasible to broaden the publications that we use to advertise bidders on municipal projects. We use the Daily Herald based on time frames and regional expanse, but using more local publications would ensure our local businesses and contractors have knowledge of our bids. While this may sometimes be duplication, the maximum it would cost is $700 a year. I believe it is a good way to encourage doing business with the village.
Thank you. Does anybody have any discussion? Questions? Any other new business?
You have at BAPS Temple coming up the 3rd and the 4th, their New Year, and if no one's ever been there, it is an open house, and I encourage all to go. They are part of our community, and it's a very nice temple to have there.
Thank you, Chairman. Trustee Martin. Anyone else under any business? How about question and answer? Nothing? Hearing nothing, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's moved by Trustee Shipman, seconded by Trustee Carbonaro. The clerk, please call the roll.
Trustee Aaron's?
Yes.
Camera?
Yes, here.
Carbonaro?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Ranky?
Yes.
Shipman?
Yes.
We are adjourned. It's